naka-record ko na siya sa aking OBS na software. Pero recorded naman siya sa ano, sa Facebook. Pero kasi i-upload ko na siya sa YouTube para may copy rin tayo. Okay, goods naman. Walang questions. Okay. Alright, sige. Wala naman. Goods. Okay, so let's now start discussing some of the fundamental concepts in any programming languages naman. And that's what we call the variables. Okay? So ano ba si variable? In simple analogy, you can think of variable as a container. So container, for example, kapag nag-ask yung nanay mo sa'yo na pakikuha mo nga yung asukal, ang ibibigay mo ba yung asukal talaga na dadampot ka ng asukal dun from the container tapos bibigay mo sa nanay mo? Of course, hindi, di ba? There. So that's similar with variables. So whenever we are referring to something, we are not only getting the actual value, but also we are taking yung container na yun. All right? So when you get that container, um, alam mo na meron siyang laman na asukal. Pero kapag wala ng laman yung asukal, you can replace it with something else. Lagyan mo ng asin, di ba? Para mapagkamalang asukal, malagay sa kape. So that's something that you should not do. Okay. Yeah, so that's the essence of a variable. So it's a container that has or that can contain a value. Okay? So for example, in the technical terms naman tayo, yan. Magbubukas ako ng isang code block. I'm gonna be calling um, a, a variable called um, person. Yan. And this person has a name, and let's call him Julius. Ayan. So, yan. In this space or in this notebook, Jupyter notebook, every time na tatawagin ko yung person, ang laman niyan is si Julius. Okay? Pwede ko tong palitan. I'll call it um, Julia. Napakalapit ah. Ayan, Julia. So, since pinalitan ko na yung value niya, and if I call person, Julia na siya. Okay, so that's the purpose of variables. So, we are storing values here para, for example, ang ginawa ko dito is, magpiprint ako ng hello, I am Julius. I am Julius. Sige. So, for example, meron akong ganyang maraming print statements. Okay? So, let's say, gusto kong palitan to lahat. 'Di ba? So, gagawin ko dyan is iisa-isahin ko yan. So, gagawin ko siyang Julia, ito Julia, Julia, and Julia. Ayan. So, medyo matrabaho siya, 'di ba? Okay. So, paano kapag gusto mo siyang ipalitan ng ibang pangalan? Let's say, Carlo. So, mahirap siya. Isa-isahin mo siya sa bawat code. And yun, talagang isa-isahin mo siya. Okay? And that's one purpose of a variable. So every time that you need that same value, you don't have to rewrite the actual value again. So print hello, I am plus X or person na lang. Yan. One. Yan. Kunwari, ganyan. So si person, lagay natin siya dito. Lalagyan natin siya ng value na Julia ulit. Yan, Julia. So kapag print ko siya, so lahat sila Julia. Now, if I want to change the name Julia to something else, let's say Sam, isa na lang yung babaguhin ko. I don't have to change all of these instances of person. Kasi si person, it's now referring to Sam since nakakonect siya dun sa nilalagay nating value rito. Okay? So if I just run this, lahat sila ay Sam na. So isa lang yung binago mo. So it's gonna help you um, with how you maintain the code. You don't have to change any values here, or you don't have to change too much values in your code. Okay, so that's the purpose of a variable. So remove ko na siya. Okay. So yeah, that's the purpose of variables. Every time that we need um to get a value of something, yung variable na lang kukunin natin para kung gusto mo natin siyang palitan, then pwede natin siyang baguhin na lang yun sa variable. Hindi na yung actual na nakasulat doon sa code mo. Okay? Goods ba? Goods ba? May mga katanungan ba tayo? So, nakakapanibago pala yung live stream. Walang nagsasalita. um, pero dyan pa naman. Narinig niyo pa naman ako, no? Sorry na, nauuzi lang ako. Um, okay? Comment naman kayo kung narinig niyo pa ako. Mukha naman. May mga nag-join pa. Okay, goods. Sige. So that's variable. That's a variable. Okay. Now there are some rules in creating our own variables. Essentially, meron talaga tayong parang um, or we have a freedom of naming our variables. So kung gusto mong pangalan na tao, okay lang yan. Julia, that's fine. Okay. But we just need to follow certain rules. Okay. In Python, it has to start with a letter or an underscore. So here, sige, balik tayo kay person. Yan. So starting from the letter or an underscore. Ganyan. So Julia. So okay lang yan. And a variable can only contain alphanumeric characters and underscores. So yun lang ang pwede kay variables. So kapag naglagay ako ng number dito, okay pa rin yan. Kapag naglagay naman ako ng ibang punctuation dito, let's say slash, hindi na siya okay. Ayan. Nagkakaroon tayo ng syntax error. Okay, so again, alphanumeric lang and underscores ang pwede niyong ilagay sa variable name. And na-mention ko rin kanina that variables or Python in general is case sensitive. So let's say I am calling person. Yan. Pero kapag print ko yung person with a capital P, ano mangyayari? Ay, sorry. Sige, ibang ano tayo. Kasi may ginawa ko kanina. So, gamit tayo ng tao na lang. Sige. Tao and tao. Yan. So, as you can see, meron akong tao na variable. Ang value niya is Julia. I'm printing tao ulit. Pero yung T niya is capital. Alright? Kapag nirun ko siya, nagkaroon tayo ng error. Tao is not defined. Ibig sabihin, Python cannot find this this name or parang di niya alam kung anong klase ba to or anong object ba ito. All right? So be careful with the capital letters and the case of your texts. Okay? Ano pa? Of course, we can use yung mga naka-save ng keywords kay Python. So for example, gagawa tayo ng object na pangalan is name. Hindi, ano bang meron? Um, kunwari sige, ito na lang, name. So yung ganitong format, meron na siyang, or parang naka-save na tong variable na to kay Python. Okay? Kapag nilagyan mo siya ng value, let's try. Ay, pwede, gagi. Anong nangyayari? Baka masira yung aking ano. Hindi, wag yung name. Sorry. Yung sum kaya. Try natin yung sum. Sum is equal to, gosh. Pwede rin talaga. O, di ba? Nasira na siya. Okay, ganito. So, pwede naman yung ginagawa natin yun, pero what's gonna happen here? So, let's say, I have a sum or open ako ng panibagong notebook ha, kasi nasira ko yung notebook ko. Ayan. So, meron tayong sum function kay Python. So, yung sum function, ina-add niya yung lahat ng values sa isang object, which later on we'll talk about. Okay? So here I will add 1, 2, 3, and 1. Ayan. So, 7 sagot dyan. Ngayon, kapag ginawa mong o ginamit mo si sum as a variable, let's say, gagawin ko siyang Josh. Ayan. So, print sum. Gumagana siya. Walang problema. Pero, wala ka ng function na sum. Okay? Ayan. Nagkakaroon ka na ng error. So, gets ba? So, that's why we don't have or we should not use stored um or parang reserved keywords ni Python. So that's a reserved keyword. So reserved keywords are keywords in Python na ginagamit natin for functions like sum, max, min, and other hidden variables ni Python. So don't use them. Okay? May nagtanong, what if mixed string and numbers sa loob ng array? Sige, later on, sagutin ko yan, ha? Okay. But there, again, guys, don't use the reserved keywords in Python as a variable name. So, kagaya nito, wala na akong sum function. So, nasira ko yung notebook ko dito. Save lang yan. Pero okay lang naman. Start ko lang naman siya para bumalik siya. So, sum, 1, 2, and 3. Ay, gumagana na siya ulit. Okay, there. So those are the rules when creating a variable name. Um, and also we have some guider, what do you call this? A guide on creating your variables. So meron tayong PEP 8 na tinatawag. So si PEP 8 na to, para siyang guide on general programming in Python. Okay? So kung paano kayo gagawa ng function, kung paano kayo magbibigay ng pangalan ng variables nyo. So meron tayo ditong article. Ayan. Meron ditong general rules for creating your variables. So nilista ko na lang siya dito para mas madaling mabasa. So kapag function, variable, method or module or package, later on we'll talk about these items. You should use snake case. Yung snake case, lahat ng letters is capital, or sorry, small letters. Tapos, separated yung mga words mo by underscore. Okay? For example, meron tayong last name. Um, meron tayong first name. Middle name. So, ganyan yung snake casing natin. Okay? So, again, snake case, gagamitin natin siya for almost all objects actually. Function, variable, method, module, package. Okay? So, lagi siyang ginagamit. How about yung uppercase? So, ginagamit natin siya kay constant. Si constant, variable lang din siya. It's just that it's an indicator in Python na constant siya kapag naka-all caps siya. So wala namang siyang ganung special case talaga to be honest. Or on in the technical sense, parang wala siyang ganung difference with a simple variable. It's just that you are not supposed to change that. Uh, okay, so example tayo. Kunwari, meron tayong constant na tinatawag na pi of a circle. Okay, yan. That's gonna be 3.14. Yan. So, variable lang din siya, pero naka-all caps. Pero the indicator here for developers is that this is a constant variable. So, it should not really change at all. Okay? So, gagamitin siya every now and then. And the developer shouldn't use the same variable para ma-reassign siya with a specific value. Unless kailangan baguhin on the actual code itself. Okay? So, yan. That's the constant. So if you have a constant, kagaya ng 3.14 natin, which is for a pi of a circle, naka-all caps siya for constant. And later on for class, we'll talk about this as well. So yung class naman, either gumamit tayo ng Pascal case or Camel case. So ganito yung format nila. Si Pascal case, all words begin with a capital letter. Yung Camel case, yung pinakaunang letter is small, pero the rest of the words that will come along will start from a capital letter. Okay? Um, yeah. There you have it. Um, as na-discuss natin to kanina, gagamit na tayo ng equal sign for assigning variables or assigning values to variables. And kung gusto niyo gumawa ng parang um, multiple assignment sa variables, pwede siya kay Python. So ito, um, last name, first name, and middle name. So gagawin ko lang is lalagayan ko lang sila ng value. So last name ko kunwari is Dev. First name ko is Josh. And middle name ko is um, ano ba pwede magandang middle name? Parang mablanko ako. Space na lang. Yun na kasi una kang nabasa, space. Okay. So this is how you assign multiple values to multiple variables. Okay? Just use comma to separate the variables. Tapos equal sign. Tapos yung mga values mo separated by comma. So kung ipiprint natin sila, last name, ito naman ay first name, ito naman ay middle name, Dev Josh space. Okay? So in many cases, baka hindi naman siya magamit. Pero that's one thing that you should be familiar with as well. I think for sklearn kasi ganyan yung ginagawa. Um, there. So that's how some basics about variables. Questions ba? May mga katanungan ba kayo? Sige, balik lang ako dito. Kayo, wala namang katanungan, no? Okay, goods naman. Okay. Um, yan. By the way, this notebook that I'm working with, I'll share it with you guys. Pati yung program na gagawin natin mamaya. May kasang oras na pala tayo. Ayan. Alrighty, sige. So let's continue to sige, mamaya na to. Okay lang yan. So that's all for variables. Yeah. So let's now talk about data types. So data types and methods, mamaya yung methods. Pero data types, these are, well, types of data that we can work with Python. Um, you have text type, meron kayong mga numbers. So yung numbers, it can be integer, float, no, floating point, or complex. Sequence, ibig sabihin ng sequence, para siyang collection of values. So mamaya, discuss natin siya ulit. Then you have mapping type. So kasi meron kang mga map na ginagawa. So for example, if I call this parameter or value, ito yung magko-correspond ng value niya. So mga ganon. So later on, I'll talk more about this. And set Boolean for true or false, binary types, and non-type. Typically, or usually what we are using are text or strings, integer and floats, um, of course, list, tsaka range, and dictionaries. Of course, Boolean din. Yung iba dito, actually, di ko masyadong ginagamit. Ayan. So, I want you guys to just remember yung mga parang, ito yung mga typical natin ginagamit. So, we have a string. So, for string, or the text data type in Python, naka-enclose siya within two quotation marks. Okay? Here, naka-orange siya. Pero it might vary with your IDE. So, basta here, a string will, or strings are enclosed within double quotes or single quotes. Pwede nyo rin siyang gawing single quotes na ganyan lang. That's gonna be fine as well. Alright? So, yan. For example, ito gumagawa ako ng variable, my underscore name, snake case, at ang laman niya is Josh. Alright? And here, I have another variable called my age, and I'm assigning with a value 26 or 26. Now, this is, anong type ito? Sige, try natin. Run natin to, sige. Yan. So, ang type ng 26 natin is integer siya. Okay? So, or int. Here naman, I have a variable called past jobs, which represent the past jobs that I had. I was a I was an agent, trainer, data associate, BI specialist. Tapos, I also have, so this, by the way, is a list. So kapag nirun mo to, piniprint ko dito yung mga data type nila. Okay, so later on, more on that later. Basta it's a list. And then also we have past job experience. Um, so pinasa ko lang dito. Ito naman ay dictionary. Um, I just passed the past jobs variable dito as jobs and duration kung gaano katagal sa bawat job. So later on, I'll deep dive with dictionaries. But for now, I'm just showing you um, some of the data types that we have. Ayan. So piniprint ko sila, yung data type nila using the type function. And I got dictionary. And currently employed? Yes, I am currently employed. Kaya naka-true ako dito. And if you print the type of this variable, ito siya, ang lalabas dyan is boolean or bool. Ibig sabihin, true or false. And lastly, with criminal record, I have none. Um, this is a non-type. Yeah. Okay. So, ulit tayo, gawa tayong example ulit para mas malinaw. So again, let's create a variable called, let's say, programming language. Yeah. And this programming language will be Python. Siyempre. Ayan. Kapag kapag nirun ko siya, I can call the variable programming language. Hindi gumagana ang aking um, yan, Python. Okay? So this is a string. Without looking at this text, I know that this is a string. Bakit? Kasi nakikita natin to. Yan, may single quote siya kapag niran mo. Another thing is, let's add pi of a circle, another variable. It's gonna be 3.14 para mas maikli lang. So run natin siya. So pag print mo si pi of a circle, copy ko na nga lang. Lalabas si 3.14. So anong data type siya? Um, since meron siyang decimal point, it's a floating point, di ba? So yung float point pala guys, it's a number with a decimal point. So kapag age lang, for example, 10, 26, so walang mga decimal numbers, um, that's what we call an integer. Okay? Pero this one is a floating point or float. So we can use the type function para makuha natin yung data type ng isang variable. Ayan, float siya. Pwede rin naman natin gamitin siya sa actual na value, 1.1. Float pa rin siya. Okay? So that's one thing that we can do to check the data type of a variable. Okay, so wala naman bang nagtatanong? Goods naman ba? All right. And there, goods. So we can also convert variables into a certain data type. Okay, so for example, di ba meron tayong my age na variable, which is 26, that's my age. I can convert this into integer. So let's say I want this to be converted to, sorry, integer siya ngayon. Double check natin, type. So it's an integer. But I want to convert this to a float data type. Okay, so sorry. So paano ko siya mako-convert to float data type? So mismong data type na to, float, function din siya. Yan. So gamit lang kayo ng float function para maging float siya. Ayan. So 26.0 na siya. Ibig sabihin, it's now a floating point kasi may decimal number na siya. And to check the type, just to be sure, para maniwala kayo, ayan, yan, float na siya. Okay. question is, can I change this to a string? Sige, let's try. So, paano tayo magko-convert ng number or ng integer to string? Um, we have the str function or str function, which is which stands for string. Yan. Kapag ginawa ko siya or nirun ko siya, makikita natin dito is 26, but there is a single quote. 'Di ba kanina pinakita ko yung name ko, my name, it has a single quote then, which indicates that the variable has a string value. So now it's a string. If gagamit natin yung type function para ma ma-check yung data type niya, it's now a string. Hindi na siya number. Okay? There. So balik na siya integer pa rin. Ayan. So that's how you can convert as a variable into a different data type. So you just have to call the function that corresponds to the new data type na gusto mong gamitin. Another example tayo. Paano kung gusto kong mag-convert ng, di ba may currently employed tayo na variable. Currently employed. So this currently employed variable is a Boolean data type because it has true value or true or false. Kapag ginawa ko siyang int, may suggestion ba kayo or may idea ba kayo kung ano mangyayari dyan? Ano kayang lalabas dito kapag ginawa ko siyang integer? Any idea? Or may clue ba kayo? Or I mean, mayroon ba kayong thought on what's gonna happen kapag ginawa ko siyang integer? Okay, may mga nagko-comment pa. Okay, 1, sabi ni Alan. Sige, let's try. Alan pala, sorry. So, pag nirun ko siya, ay sorry. Yan, good. Tama si Allen. Naging integer siya. I mean, naging 1 siya. So for Boolean kasi, you have true or false, diba? It's always, kapag 0, lagi siyang false. So, patunayan natin. False, gawin natin siyang integer. 0 siya. Or sorry, baliktad pala. Bool, yung 0, gawin natin Boolean. Yan, false siya. Pero, lahat ng mga values, either text man siya or number, as long as hindi siya 0, siya ay true. Kunwari, 1, true siya. Let's try 0, pero naka-enclose siya sa double quotes. Ibig sabihin, this is a string data type. So, true pa din siya. So, lahat ng values, text man yan or numbers, as long as hindi siya 0, it's gonna be true. Okay? So, just something to remember. Okay? And of course, it might not be intuitive, pero I just want to show you how or what's gonna happen if we convert string, Josh, into integer. Yan. So, does it make sense, diba? So, it's a string or it's a text, pero gagawin mo number. Kaya ba yon? Siyempre, hindi. Ayan. So, there. That's something that you want to be mindful of. This is also important pala kasi what if you can extract data from a website na nakaganitong format? 0.0 pero may space. Kaya siya? Hindi din, 'di ba? So, or let's say 1.2. Ganyan. Kunwari ito yung nakuha mong data from the website. Kasi for if you are doing web scraping, most likely hindi malinis yung makukuha mong data. So, paano kapag ito yung nakuha mo? So, hindi siya mag-run. So, we can do further pre-processing here, but we have to take note that some strings may actually have actual numbers like this. So, kailangan natin siyang linisin para maging actual siyang number. Sorry, kaya pala gumagana kasi hindi ako nakaano. Gumana siya pala. Kasi nakaano ko. Naka-integer ako kanina. Hindi talaga siya gagana. Okay, so but the point here is that we need to make sure that the text is clean enough para mas maging madali yung paglilinis natin or convert natin into a different data type. Okay, so that's just about data types and how we convert them into um, different data type or typecasting. Okay, so yes, Christian got it right as well. Naka-one nga siya. So if you have any questions, guys, feel free to comment. Comment lang kayo para masaya. We have now 33 viewers. Welcome sa mga bagong dating. Okay, so let's now talk about strings and a little bit about methods, string methods. Okay, so let's have this variable, di ba? Meron akong variable na pangalan is my name. Okay, may nagtanong pala dito, sorry. Float po muna. Yes. Gawin in, pwede. Um, okay. So, yung float, gagawin mong in. Sige, try natin. So, 1.6. Gawin natin siyang float. Ay, sorry. Gagawin pa, sorry. Gagawin pa lang in, sorry. Yan. Try natin. Okay. So, anong nangyayari? Si int function, na-convert naman niya into integer. Pero nawala yung 0.6. So this is important kasi what if kailangan mo ng ganung precision? For example, 3.14 which is for pi. Kapag ginawa mo siyang integer, tres na lang yan. So hindi na siya tama sa formula mo na pagkukuha ng area o kung ano man. So that's an important thing to consider when you are using integer or float. So thank you for asking, JC. So yon. Nga kapag may space daw sa dulo. Sige, try natin. Yan siya ha. Di na siya gagana. Ayan. Gagana siya kapag float. Yan. Which is weird, pero that's what Python is doing. Okay? Okay, so sabi ni Christian, will you be providing any background about machine learning in today's discussion? No, muna, since this is just a crash course for the basics of Python. So, baka next month. We'll see. Okay. You're welcome, JC. Okay, good. Sige, continue tayo kay string methods. So I have this variable called my name, and in a data type or in a variable, let's say in a string variable, eto, meron tayong tinatawag na string methods. So yung string methods, these are tiny functions that will be applied to your variable. Okay? So demo natin para mas malinaw. So meron tayong tinatawag na upper method. Kay string lang to ha. Hindi siya available sa lahat. So for example, gusto kong kunin si upper method. So para makuha ko siya, all I have to do is to just click or enter dot after the variable name and type in the method name that you want to access or that you want to use. Upper. Tapos gamitan mo ng double ng open close parentheses. So what's gonna happen is this method will convert the value the value stored in my name into uppercase. Yan. All caps. So press enter. Ayan, naging all caps na siya. So we can do the same for lower para maging small caps naman siya. Okay? So, etong example tayo. So meron din tayong tinatawag na strip function um, para matanggal yung leading tsaka trailing spaces ng text. For example, naglagay ako dito ng full name ko na merong leading tsaka trailing spaces sa trailing spaces. Okay? So ipiprint ko yung full name or yung variable tapos tatawagin ko yung strip function or method rather. So what's gonna happen? Sige, pakita ko na lang din yung full version niya ng walang strip para may comparison tayo. Okay, there you go. So printing just the variable name or the variable gives us this weirdly formatted text na merong mga spaces sa unahan saka sa dulo. Pero kapag ginamit ko sa strip function, wala na siyang extra spaces. This is actually helpful, especially if you are working with text data. So may mga times na meron siyang leading or trailing spaces. Strip function will help you with that. Okay? I can further format this text by adding another or using another method, gawin kong upper. So again, pwedeng ganito, right? So after doing or removing the trailing and leading spaces, I can also call the upper method para maging uppercase din siya. There you go. Okay? So medyo nested siya, right? So there. And last method that I want you guys to take note of is the replace method. So the replace method will, well, replace yung text na gusto mong palitan into a new text. Kunwari, um, kunwari ay gusto kong palitan yung Josh, gagawin kong Joshua. Disclaimer, Josh po talaga ako. Okay? Ayan. Pero just for example, I just want to replace this name with this name. I can use replace function. I'll put in the old name or yung string or text na gusto kong palitan. Tapos lalagay ko yung text na gusto kong i-add. Okay? And then uppercase pa din para maging upper siya. Tapos strip tayo para ma-remove yung mga spaces. Print. For comparison, lagay natin yung actual variable. Ayan na siya. So this is the old text or the old version of the variable, my full name, Josh Valdeleon, pero with spaces sa dulo tsaka sa unahan. Tsaka naka lowercase lang siya. But when I run this line, ang nangyari is all caps na siya and I don't have any more spaces here and here. Plus, yung Josh dito naging Joshua na. Okay? So that's how you can use methods. Um, Actually, si string lang naman yung maraming methods. Kumpara kay integer, kay float, and kay boolean. Uh, of course, yung ibang mga data types which are list, my dictionary, tapos yung tuple, marami din yun. Pero for the basic data types like the string, float, integer, string lang talaga yung maraming methods. Okay, so I won't discuss all of those methods. Um, you can just go here in Python tutorial of W3 schools. Meron siya ditong string methods na topics. Ito, marami siya. Ayan. Okay. All right, goods, goods. Any questions that you guys may have? Bakit pala yung iba, sir, mag-print D, naglalagay na world na, sorry. Bakit pala yung iba, sir, mag-print D, naglalagay ng world na print sa Jupyter Notebook? Anong different? Um, Print D? Parang ganito ba siya? Teka lang ha. Print. Yung parang may ganyan ba? Tama? Tama, Allen? Uy, may annotation pala siya. Lakas. Pero sige, later on I'll talk about this print D. It's a little bit advanced, pero it's you trying to format a data. So, ayan. Okay, sige. After the variables and string methods, let's talk about operators. Let's run this quickly lang, just since it looks extremely familiar naman in all aspects. So arithmetic operators, this is what you use to add, subtract, multiply, divide numbers. So ito siya. So kung nag-Excel kayo, ganun lang din yung gagamitin natin. So plus, minus, um, you also have the star for multiplication, tapos slash for division. Yung percent sign, it's for modulus. Ibig sabihin ng modulus ay remainder ba yun? Tama ba? Yan, remainder. Tama ba? Tama, remainder. So, 3 divided by 10 or 10 divided by 3, that's 9. May remainder 1 ka. So, that's the modulus or modulo. Okay? Now, if you want to get the floor division, so ibig sabihin ng floor division is regardless kung may remainder ka or wala, kukunin mo lang yung last na value na nakuha mo. So, for example, 3 divided by 10 divided by 3, that's 3. Yung remainder mo is 1, pero disregarded na yun. Okay? Then, there. Assignment operator, again, equal siya. So, lagi na natin siya ginagamit, di ba? So, my name, or my age na lang, sige, is equal to 26. So, kapag nag-print tayo ng my age, that's 26. Pero it's actually nice. What's nice about Python is that if you want to add a value to the number, you can do so without um, with a little bit simple syntax. Essentially, or what you would like to do, for example, here kay my age, kunwari nag-birthday ako, di ba? Mag-a-add siya ng mag-a-add siya dapat ng plus 1. So magiging 27 na ako. So gusto mong i-assign yung 27 value na yon or result na yon to the same variable. So gagawin mo dyan is ganyan. So my age is equal to same my age plus 1. At this particular point, 26 pa rin siya. Okay? Kapag naglagay tayo ng 1, 27 na siya. Now, if we use the equal sign at pinasa mo pa rin same variable, dun pa lang siya magiging 27. Okay? Ulit, sorry. So, nag-create ka ng variable na called my age. Original value niya is 26. At this point, 26 pa rin siya. Plus 1, um, 27, di ba? Pero sa left side, 26 pa rin siya until you assign it with an equal sign. Alright? So, ang magiging result nito, ipapasa mo lang doon para maging 27 siya. Okay, so that's how variable works, ha? So, wala pa tayong object na to. Parang ito yung pinaka-last na magiging evaluation mo. So, you just have to evaluate this um, expression first, my age, which is gonna be base 26 plus 1. Ipapasa mo lang ulit sa my age. Magiging 27 siya. Okay? So, yeah, 27 siya dito. Now, there's a little bit simple way of doing this para hindi ka na magaganyan na ulitin mo siya. Gagawin mo lang is tanggalin mo siya, itong plus, ilagay mo sa left side ng equal sign. Okay? So, ganun pa rin yung result niya, 27. So, this also works with minus or subtraction and even multiplication. Yan, 26 times 2, magiging 52 na siya. And of course, division, 13.0. What if gawin natin siya sa string? Kunwari, my name is Josh. And let's say, ilalagay ko yung last name ko. Kunwari is my name plus dev. Yeah. Okay? So, paano natin siya gagawin kay Python? So, try natin yung ganung ginawa natin kanina, no? Ganyan. My name. So, ganun pa rin siya. So, gumagana din siya kay strings. Okay? So, this a good notation para mas mapadali or ma-shorten natin yung code natin. Okay? Ay, shucks. Okay lang. So that's for arithmetic operators and assignment operators. And we also have comparison operators. Again, I think it's pretty intuitive naman. So 1 is greater than 0. True siya. So every time that you are evaluating or using this operators, ang nilalabas niya is Boolean. Pero ito, I want to highlight these things. Dalawang equal, ibig sabihin yan is 1 equal to 0? Of course, it's not. Kaya lumalabas dito is false. Um, Eto naman, exclamation point equals. This stands for not equal to. Kung nag-e-excel kayo, ang ginagawa natin para gusto natin makuha yung kung not equal ba sila, ginagawa natin is ganyan, di ba? Yan. Kay Python, ganito siya. Okay? Ayan. So, magiging true yan. Siyempre, hindi sila equal. Um, so there are other operators that we use like and, or, and not. Later on, pakita ko na lang kung paano siya ginagamit. And bitwise operator, which are just the one bit or parang one character way of doing the and, or, and not. So later on, I'll show you guys how we can make use of the operators. Just one point lang that I want to highlight is that if you multiply a string with any number, what's gonna happen is it will just repeat the number for n number of times. Kunwari, 5. Python. So, limang Python yan na word. So, a little bit fancy, pero you might find this helpful in the future. Okay? So, my gosh, then 20 na pala. Wala pa tayo sa, ano, wala pa tayo sa game development. Okay. So, now we have list tuples and dictionaries. So, konting run through ko lang to since later on di mo na siya gagamitin ng bahagya. Um, so, list, kapag may ginawa kayong ganito na square brackets, that's a list. Okay? So, sige, ulit tayo. So, fruits. Meron akong apple, meron akong banana, and meron akong cherry. Okay. If I call this variable, I will get the entire all fruits that I have. And let's change the name. Gawin natin basket since it makes more sense. So I have a basket. Inside my basket, I have apple, banana, and cherry. Okay? Kung gusto niyo makuha si apple, you can use this square bracket. So this is how we access um, elements in Python. We are using the brackets. Okay? And nalaglalagay tayong number dito. So yung number is the index of the value that you want to get. So for example, apple, ang index ng apple is 0. So kay Python, nag-i-start tayo kay 0. 0, 1, 2. So kung gusto mo makuha si apple, then that's gonna be 0. Apple. And anong data type niya? So let's show the type as well. It's a string. Pero kapag si basket ang kinuhanan mo ng data type, it's a list. Okay? So just use type function para makuha mo yung data type nila. All right? There. So I have apple. So if I want to get cherry, of course that's 2, 'di ba? Kasi 0, 1, 2. Pero kung gusto mong makuha yung pinaka-last na element, it's easy. Just use -1. Cherry pa din yan. Okay? What about adding an index na wala dito? 0, 1, and 2. So wala tayong index 3. Ano kayo mangyayari dito? So nagkaroon tayo ng error. It says index error. Yan. So be mindful lang. So kapag nagkaroon kayong index error, it means that you are passing an index number na wala naman talaga dun sa listahan mo or sa list mo. Okay. Um, okay. Let's say I want to change apple. I want to change it to or replace it with orange. Yan. Para magawa ko siya, I need first to access apple using an index. Ayan. And palitan ko lang siya ng orange. So what's gonna happen? So ipiprint ko siya before and after the replacement para may comparison tayo. There you go. Apple, banana, cherry. Dito siya nag-print. and we have orange, banana, cherry. Nagprint siya after we replaced the first element with orange. That's how we can replace or change an item in the list. If gusto niyo mag-add basket dot append, so this is a list method, and let's add ano bang fruits meron pa tayo, papaya. Still, i-print din natin siya. There you go. Meron tayong papaya. So when you are appending or adding new values um, to the list, sa pinakadulo siya nilalagay. Okay? And last but not the least is we want to remove papaya ulit. Yan. So pwede tayong mag-remove in two ways. We can use the remove method at ilalagay natin si papaya. So what's gonna happen? Kapag print natin siya, so nawala na siya. Okay? Pwede natin gamitin si pop method. Pero si pop method ay nagte-take siya ng index number. So si papaya ay nasa index 0, 1, 2, and 3. So gamitin natin 3. Mawawala na rin siya si papaya rito. Okay? Pwede rin negative 1 since sabi ko kanina is negative 1 is for the last element. Ayan. Pero what if I remove an element na wala sa index? Or hindi. Baguhin natin. What if magre-remove ako ng item pero yung item ko is wala naman sa listahan natin? Let's say avocado. So we have an error. It says that X or avocado is not in list. So that's an error. Okay. So be careful lang with that. Ay, sorry. Ay, nangyari. Sorry. Okay. Kasi. Or remove na lang. There you go. Yan. Okay, so there's a lot of things that you can do with a list. Pretty much this is what you will be using kapag um, nag-start na kayo gumamit ng data frames in Python. So you might want to focus here later on after this session. But for now, that's just a little bit of an introductory to lists. For the sake of time, kasi magka 2 hours na pala tayo, my gosh. Or mag 1.5 hour na tayo. I will skip tuple na lang. Um, Kasi dadaan din tayo kay list dito eh. Pero I'll discuss dictionary. Okay? Okay, sige. Uh, Dictionary tayo. Let's talk about dictionary. So what is a dictionary? So ang dictionary, it's just imagine a spreadsheet. Okay? Or not spreadsheet, but a table. You have a table with let's say 3 columns. This table is called person. Yung first table mo, it contains, sorry, gawa tayo ng illustration para mas ma-visualize natin. Okay? Meron na ba akong Python in function? Wala pa ako. Sad. Okay, so kunwari, meron akong table. Ang pangalan ng table na yun is person. Yan. This table has 3 columns. Number 1 is name. I also have the age column. And I also have the, let's say, gender column. Or sex na lang. Sige. Let's have, yan, ito yung table natin, no? There. So, pangalanan ko siyang person. Sige. Okay. So now, I will be calling, or I will be adding values here. Let's say I have Josh. I'm 26 and sex is male. I'll add another value. Let's call or add um, Albert. He's let's say 90 plus or 98 years old since it's kunwari lang si Albert Einstein pero hindi siya 98 years old. Um, let's also add Mary. Stands for Marie Curie. 96, kunwari. Female. And Ruth, Bible name. Ayan. Kunwari siya ay 99. Ako pinakabata. Ayan. Okay, so we have this example, di ba? So if we are calling the person table, we are referring to the entire data set. Ganun din si dictionary. So let's say person. So meron tayo ditong name. I have Josh. I have paano to? Albert. I have, sorry, Mary. And I have Ruth, right? Then I also have age column. I have 26, 95, 98, 99. Then I also have gender, right? Or sex pala ginamit ko doon. So then we have male, male, female. Yeah. So this is your dictionary called person. So again, this is kind of similar with the table. Um, so you have your actual table name, and if you would like to access just the name, balik tayo kay Excel. So person, if I want to access the name, makukuha ko yung names lang, right? Same thing goes with Python. If I access just the name, makukuha ko lang yung names ng mga nasa listahan natin or nasa dictionary natin. Age, ganyan. Gawin natin tong age. There you go. Okay, so that's how a dictionary works. Okay, in our example, we have a dictionary na merong values na naka-list, right? Kasi ito list siya eh. Naka-brackets ka. So if you just want to access Albert, first call the name column, kunwari. Pero in Python language or in Python lingo, this is what we call a key. All right. So this is the key from the dictionary person. You want to get Albert, diba? So pang ilang index si Albert? So let's count. 1, 2, sorry, 0, 1, 2, 3, or 0, 1. Okay? So it's index 1 kasi 0 and 1. So kapag print ko siya, ayan, ako si Albert. So I want to show you the hierarchy of the data types na meron tayo dito. So si person, ay sorry, anong data type ni person? Tapos, anong data type nung person na dictionary, pero we're also accessing the name key. Or in Excel naman, that's column, di ba? Pero in Python, it's key, right? Anong data type niya? At anong data type ni Albert? Kapag kinuha ko lang si Albert. Ayan. So, if we run this, you can see na si person, dictionary. So, kapag inaccess mo si key na, si key name, that's gonna be a list. And if you access Albert na value, that's gonna be a string. If we change this to age, ano mangyayari? First two will be the same, of course, pero right now we have an integer. Since, well, it's an integer since these are all numbers, right? So that's how a dictionary works. So let's say if you want to, for example, um, add another person. Paano ba mag-add dito? Okay, okay, okay. So let's try adding a new person. Ay, iba pala nilagay ko dito. Um, okay, sige. Let's add another person, ha? So, kunwari, uh, maglalagay tayo ng panibagong pangalan. Let's call him Steve. Okay? So, maglalagay lang tayo dito ng person, will access name, tapos, gagamit tayo ng append function. So, bakit append? Kasi, this is a list already, di ba? Kapag kinuha mo tong si dictionary kasama ng key name niya, that's gonna be our that's gonna be a list na data type. So, run natin. Okay. So, pag ni-run natin, print natin si person. Ayan, meron na akong Steve dito. Di ba? So, let's also add age. Person, age. Dot append. It's gonna be, let's say, 87. Sama ko na si sex para sama-sama na sila. Male. So, yan. Again, ginamit ko si append dahil um, nag-add tayo ng item sa list na to. Okay? So, run natin siya. Meron na tayong Steve, meron na tayong age, at meron tayong another value for sex. Let me check nga, baka meron tayong ibang um, dictionary. Double check lang natin. Add items. Ito kasi, may kasamang key. So ganun talaga siya. Okay. Okay, there. So that's how we add new items to each column or to each key of a dictionary. So again, we are using append kasi this object right here is already a list. Okay? So this is a list, right? Yan. Pero, let's have another example, no? Person single. Kunwari, I only have a name. Tapos, ako lang matitira dito. Then, age is 26. Lastly is, sex is male. Yan. Kapag nirun ko siya, I will only get this. Now, I can't use append here kasi I only have one item. So, para ma-update natin itong mga to, ang gagawin natin is person single name. Kunwari, papalit natin yung name to Joshua ulit. Yan. So, person single, Joshua na siya. So, I didn't use append kasi again, we only have one value in the dictionary or one record or one row in Excel lingo. One record lang tayo. We can use append here if we have multiple values. Okay? So more on that siguro in separate session. But that's just one essential part of how to manipulate data within a dictionary. Okay? What else can we do with the dictionary? We can also get the keys, the values, and items. Um, Ito, paano mag-update. Na-demo natin siya kanina. And paano mag-add ng panibagong key. Sige, demo natin to. Kunwari, we are also adding school. Sige. Our school is going to be PUP. Since PUP yan tayo. Um, Lagay ko to dito. Tanggalin ko na lang to. Ay, ulit. Yan. So ulit, I'm redefining this person single variable or a dictionary. I only have three keys. So print natin siya. Tapos, print ko rin siya after natin magpalit ng name. And then, piprint din natin siya after kong mag-add ng school para magkaroon tayo ng illustrations. There you go. So I was able to get this initial dictionary. So after we change my name to Joshua, Joshua na siya rito. Then after adding the school, I now have school here. Okay? So that's how a dictionary works. And that's how we can manipulate and work with dictionaries. Okay, questions? Feel free to ask questions. You guys good? Boring na ba? Don't worry guys, malapit na tayo matapos sa basics and later on we will program the bato-bato-pick program. Okay? Ah, medyo madami pa pala to. My gosh. Sige, bilisan na lang natin to. Okay, so that's for the dictionary. Then we also have the control ano tawag din, control something. Ganyan. Basta we can control things in Python using if else, while loop, and for loop. Yan. Si if else, ganito yung syntax niya. But before we start, remember that indentation matters here. Okay? So if else, so meron tayong variable called red or x. Ang value niya is red. Okay? Syntax natin is if x, itong variable, is equal to red. Ito yung mangyayari dyan. Take note of the colon. Okay? Ganyan yung syntax niya. So rewrite natin siya. X is equal to red if x is equal to red, colon. Pag nag-enter ako, automatically, may indent na akong may indent nang nilalagay si Jupiter. So print, ano pa na to? Color is red. Yan. Kapag gusto mo gumawa ng panibagong criteria, gagamitin mo yung keyword na elif, which is else if sa ibang language. Kapag blue naman siya, print color is blue. O, di ba? Gumagawa na tayong AI. Joke lang. May tanong ba? Then else, print is color is not red nor blue. Okay. Ayan. So color is red. Let's say gawin natin tong blue. Naging blue na siya kasi nag-fail siya dito or di niya na-meet yung criteria dito kaya siya nagpunta sa blue. Ayan. Kapag ginawa ko tong white, ito yung lalabas, yung pinaka-last na statement. So, yung else, it's the else, right? Or if wala sa mga criteria na to ang lumabas, ito lang parang magiging default value natin or default na action natin. Okay? So that's how if else statement works. Okay. Ilalagay ko to kay kay collab kasi kanina nang sinubukan ko siya, nag-crash yung aking notebook. Yan. So let's talk about while loop naman. So si while loop, okay, so let's talk about loop muna. So anong ibig sabihin ng loop? So these loops are parang um, iterations or ilang beses mong ginagawa yung isang action. Okay? So for example, um, so I will create a function that will print, sorry, kaya I will not repeat this again, ganon. Kunwari napagalitan kayo ng teacher nyo, pag gusto niya magsulat kayo ng, sorry, I will not repeat this again, sa blackboard ng 100 times. Ayan. So if you want to print this value or print this text for 100 times, ganyan yung gagawin natin. So this is what we call the iteration or loop. So uulitin mo yung isang bagay na ginawa mo. Ganon. Yan. So for example here, gusto kong ulitin tong statement na to for 100 times. There you go. Okay? So that's the concept of loop. So ano naman yung while loop? Si while loop, um, Siya ay yung parang maglo-loop ka lang ng maglo-loop hangga't hindi mo nami-meet yung criteria mo. So you have a condition um, that you are following prior to before breaking a loop. Okay? Sige. So ano yung condition natin dito? So kunwari ito ay x is less than 10. So gumawa ako ng variable na may 0 as value. Then ang condition natin is x is less than 10. So ipiprint natin yung current value niya. Sige, lagyan the current value of x is x, the new value of x, tapos adding 1 to x. Ayan. So ang gusto ko mangyari dito sa chunk na to, sa code na to is um ipiprint niya yung current value ni x. Tapos maglalagay ako or mag-a-add ako ng 1 kay x para mag-increment siya, 'di ba? Pero wala pa yung hindi ko siya nilagay. Okay? Tapos sa last part is ipiprint ko yung bagong value niya after ako mag-add ng x. Pero again, it's not added here. So ang in-expect natin is magiging 0 lang siya lahat. Okay? This will cause an infinite loop. Okay? Kasi wala akong way to change the value of x. So nagprint lang ako na nagprint. So what's gonna happen here? So again, infinite loop siya. Kapag ni-run mo siya, hindi yan matatapos. Okay? Yan. Tuloy-tuloy yan. Wala siyang matatapos na ano, until you stop it manually or until mag-crash yung program mo. Ayan. But here, I'll just stop this. Yan. So, maraming beses siya nag-print to. Ayan, dami na niya. O, ha? Kasi infinite loop na yung ginawa ko. So, wala akong way, ay wala akong ginawang parang line that will break this code. Okay? Kasi hindi ko na-meet yung criteria ko. Alright? So, tanggalin ko to. And let's try this code naman. So, this is just the same code. Or parang same lang tong dalawang to. The only difference is that I am now adding um, 1 every time na mag-run ako ng script. Or every time na magdadaan ako sa loop. Okay? This way, every run, nag increment yung value ko ng 1 since naglalagay ako ng plus 1 dito. And kapag nag-run siya, another 1 and another 1 hanggang umabot ako ng 10. That way, kapag nag-reach ako ng 10, magbe-break na si while loop ko. Okay? So let's run this para mas malinaw. Lagyan ko siya ng blank space in between. There you go. So nag-stop na siya, 'di ba? Kasi na-meet niya na yung criteria. So ganito ang ginawa niya. So una is yung x mo is 0 pa lang, okay lang. Pero nag-add ka ng 1, ang bagong value naman niya ngayon is 1. So continuous lang siya hanggang makarating siya ng 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Nung nag-10 na siya, hindi niya na meet tong criteria kasi the x is not less than, sorry, 10 is not less than 10, di ba? So, kaya nangyari is break na ni while loop yung loop. So, nag-stop na yung program. Okay? So, that's how while loop works. Naka-base siya sa isang condition. Okay? So, that's it. Okay? Then, what if gawin ko tong less than or equal to? Ano mangyayari? Ay, hindi siya infinite loop, sorry. Or less than or equal to 10. Same pa rin naman, pero umabot ako ng 11, 'di ba? Kasi syempre, nung umabot siya ng x is equal to 10, namimit hindi pa niya namimit yung criteria na x is less than or equal to 10. Oh, sorry, namimit niya pa rin yung criteria. So, ang gusto natin mangyari is ma-break yung criteria. So, nung nag-11 na siya, 11 is less than or equal to 10, nag-false na siya doon. That's why nag-break na yung program mo. Okay? So, that's how while loop works. Using while loop is not really efficient kasi hindi mo masyadong kontrolado yung input nun. So, or kung ilang beses siya tatakbo. So that's why we have for loops. Sorry. Yan, si for loop naman tayo. Si for loop naman is loop din siya, pero this time you are adding um, controls to the loop. Ilang beses lang maglo-loop tong um, function mo, ilang beses lang tatakbo tong program mo. Ganun siya. So for example is for x in range 10, print hello world. Kagaya ng example natin kanina, di ba? Yan. So here I am using the for loop. So ang syntax niya is for, tapos yung variable na gusto mong gamitin in range 10. Yung range 10, ang ibig sabihin niyan is 10 times mo siyang gagawin. Okay? So ibig sabihin nito is magpe-print tayo ng hello world for 10 times. So let's run this. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So that's 10. Okay? Um, we can also do something else. Let's say, may list pa ako dito. Kunwari, ito, may mga pangalan ako dito. Yan. For name in this list. Okay? Or let's say names tayo. Yan. Yan. So, meron akong names variable with the with the list of names. Josh, Albert, Marie, and Ruth. And ang gagawin ko is gusto kong i-iterate yung mga um, pangalan na to. So, ang mangyayari dito kasi is kapag in-iterate mo siya for name in names, ang mangyayari is makukuha mo yung bawat value. Okay? So, print natin siya. There you go. So, nakuha natin yung bawat value ni list. So, Josh, Albert, Marie, and Ruth. At afterwards, ang gusto ko rin gawin is mag-hello lang ako sa kanila. Hello! Yan. Ay, sorry. Hello, Josh. Hello, Albert. Hello, Marie. Hello, Ruth. Para hindi ko na siya kailangang i-manual na i-type, hello, Josh. Hello, Albert. Tapos another print, hello, Marie. Hello, Ruth. Ganon. It's easier kasi it's just the same format naman eh. So I can just use for loop. Tapos, ipa-format na lang yung print ko para maging ganyan. There you go. Okay? So, for loop is um more efficient kasi we have controls on how many times the the program will run or a line will be executed. So, kung papipiliin kayo while or for loop, better pa rin si for loop kasi may controls kayo doon. Kasi baka mamaya mag-run kayo ng program tapos maghintay kayo na maghintay na matapos yung program pero ang nangyayari is wala pala siyang control. So, ang nangyayari, wala kayong maghihintay ka lang kayo sa wala. Ganun. Okay. So, any questions about for and while loops? Ay, may tanong pala to si Allen. Sorry, di ko nabalikan. Okay, sige. That should be fine. But if you have questions, feel free to comment. Okay, balik tayo rito. I think we're down to our last two topics before tayo mag-code. Um, we have sorry, tatlo pa pala. Function, classes, and module. Pero mabilis lang tong class. Ay, itong module pala. Kay function muna tayo. Si function, di ba kanina gumagamit tayo ng print, gumagamit tayo ng sum. Ito, sum, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yan. Mga functions yan. In Python, you can make your own function. Well, in many programming languages, of course, you can also make your own function. But in Python, we can also make our own. So let's say I want to create a function that will give some personal details about the person. Kunwari, syempre, hindi siya totally personal details. Ayan. So, let's call define or we create a function called introduce. Yan. Tapos, ang gusto ko sa function na to is tatanggap siya ng argument na name, age, tapos profession. And magpiprint itong function lang itong function na introduce, ang gagawin lang niya is to print your name. Hi, my name is name. Tapos, I am age, years old. I am a plus profession. So for example, if okay, ako na lang. So if I'm Josh, I'm 26 years old, my profession is a BI specialist. So ang lalabas dito sa function na to kapag pinasa ko yung mga details ko is, hi, my name is Josh. I am 26 years old and I am a BI specialist. So that's what this function is doing. For you to make your own function, you will start with the keyword def. So def, tapos followed by the name of your function. Again, don't use existing keywords in Python, ha? Yan. Tapos, these are the parameters that the function can take. All right? And this function will just do three things. Magpiprint lang siya ng first, second, and third prints with my corresponding details. So, run natin siya. Let's try printing out the type of this newly created function kung anong lalabas sa kanya. So, nakikita natin ang class niya is function. Okay? And let's now run this function. I will introduce myself. I'm Josh. I'm 26 years old, and my profession is BI specialist. There. So for you to call the function, just put in the name of the function, and then yung ang gagamit niyo is yung say, ang tawag dito, parentheses. And you split it with tawag dito, or you supply it with your values, your name, your age, tapos profession. Question is, pwede ko ba itong bali-balik na rin? Try natin mamaya. Pero for now, run natin siya. Ay, mali. Okay. So, nagkaroon ako ng error sa function ko. So, can only concatenate string, not a string, not string to string, not integer. Kasi ang ginawa ko dito, nagpasa ako dito ng age na integer. So, kapag ginawa ko kasi siyang, let's say, Josh plus 26, ang mangyayari dyan is, iniisip ni Python na nag-a-add tayo ng dalawang numbers. Pero that's not gonna work. Or inisip ni Python na nagko-concatenate tayo ng string tsaka ng integer, which is not possible. So, ang gusto natin mangyari is maging string muna to bago natin siya i-add. So, kapag ginanyan ko kasi siya, gagana yan. For simplicity, sige, gawin natin siyang string na lang. Ay, shocks. Yan. So, gawin ko tong string siya. Yan. Pag nilan ko yan, tama na yan. Hi, my name is Josh. I am 26 years old. I am a BI specialist. So again, going back to my question, can I make ramble the arguments? Kunwari, igigit na ako yung pangalan ko. What's gonna happen? Let's see. Hi, my name is 26. I am Josh years old, and I am a BI specialist. So it's not gonna work. All right. What you can do is this. Pwede niyong gamitin yung parameter name. Kunwari ito, age to, di ba? Age is equal to 26. Josh, sorry, name is equal to Josh. And profession is equal to BI specialist. Ganyan. Let's try this. There you go. So, na-correct natin siya. So, hi, my name is Josh. I am 26 years old and I'm a BI specialist. Okay? So, that's how you can fix that. Um, so, make sure, guys, that if you are passing arguments to your function, tapos hindi kayo gumagamit ng ganito, make sure na ifa-follow nyo yung arrangement ng parameters. Name, age, profession. Dapat name muna, bago age, bago profession. Kapag gumamit naman kayo ng name parameters, okay lang na rambulin nyo yan. Of course, that's not the best practice, but technically it's possible. Okay? Um, let's put something else here. Let's say employed is equal to true. So in a function, we can add default values. Ang default value natin kay employed is true. Okay, so if employed, print, I have a job. Ayan na lang. Okay. Ay, sorry. If hindi siya employed or else, print, I don't have a job. And it actually doesn't make sense na may job, na may ganito tayong parameter. Sige, lalagay tayo ng none dito ha. So, ibig sabihin none, okay lang na wag ako magpasa ng parameter dito or ng value. Ang gagawin natin is ganyan. Okay. So here, I have modified yung argument or parameter na profession into none para maging optional lang siya. Tapos yung employed to true. Ibig sabihin, default na may trabaho siya. Okay? So, gagawin ko rito is I'll keep this value. Sige, balik na natin siya sa original na positions niya. Yan. Kapag ni-run ko siya, um, ay sorry. I-run ko lang ulit ito ha. Kasi hindi nag-apply yung changes. Tapos ito naman, kapag ni-run ko na siya ulit, there you go. Introduce, name Josh, age 26, profession is BI specialist. Okay. So, tama naman siya. So, I'm Josh, 26 years old. I have a job. I am a BI specialist. Let's say, wala akong trabaho. Yan. Tatanggalin ko to since optional na lang siya. But I have to set this to false. There. Pag ni-run ko siya, hi, my name is Josh. I am 26 years old and I don't have a job. Knock on the wood, wag naman sana. Ayan. And another thing that we can do here, since naka-default siya to true, I can just simply put in profession here. Paano ginawa ko pala ito kanina? Yan. So, default naman siya sa true, kaya nagpiprint pa rin si position mo or profession mo. So, what if mayroon akong profession, pero naka-unemployed ako or ano? Employed is full of false tayo. Hindi siya mag-print out kahit maglagay ka ng parameter dyan. Okay? So, that's just some basics about our function. Okay ba? May mga katanungan ba kayo or okay, wala bang katanungan? Sige, goods naman. Okay, goods. Sige. O, di ba? Lumipat na ako ng Google Colab. Okay. And eto, medyo um, heavy na topic lang ha. Pero slowly, we'll discuss it slowly. Okay. So we're talking about class. Okay, so what is a class? Um, Sige, let's have an example na lang siguro. I am a person. So as a person, I have a name. I have an age. I can greet you guys. I can talk. Mga ganon. So that's what a class is. Okay. So it's some sort of an object that has multiple data or details about this object and can do many things. Or maybe couple of things, pero at least it can do something. Okay? Sige. Gagawa tayo ng class. Sige. Ang class natin is person. Class, person. Yan. So for you to create a class, you will need to use the class keyword tapos person. take note, ang ginawa ko dito is, ano na siya, Pascal casing na ginamit ko since I am now using class. Based on PEP 8, sabi nga, dapat, ano lang siya, Pascal kapag class. Okay? There. So let's say, this class, kapag niran natin siya or kapag initialize natin siya, it takes a couple of arguments, okay? Pero before that, how do we initialize a class? So, i-code ko muna, then I'll explain it one by one, ha? The name, age, profession. So, gayahin natin to. Or employed muna, bago profession. So, sorry. Profession, none. Okay. Ay, there. Tapos, self dot. So, again, I'll do this first or code this muna bago tayo discuss ng mga bagay-bagay. Employed. Then here, self dot profession. There. Ito, gantong kasimple muna. Okay? Yan, meron tayong class person. So if you are creating a class, magpapasa kayo ng mga values dun sa class na yon para mas mabigyan niyo siya ng details. Or in our example, we have a class person. Siyempre, yung tao, may pangalan yan. Meron niyang age. Probably meron siyang trabaho, pwedeng wala. And pwedeng, kung may trabaho siya, then ano yung profession niya? Ganun. Okay? So this is now our class, or a Python class or object. So let's say, pap, ano bang favorite nating ano? Or sige, Mr. Bean. Yan, si Mr. Bean. Gagawa tayo ng variable called Mr. Bean, and it's actually a class called person. Yan. So person, tapos ang pangalan niya, yan, i-aganin niyo yan ko para mas malinaw. So Mr. Bean, ang age niya, ilang taon na ba si Mr. Bean? Let's make it 56 na lang. Yan, kunwari lang. Employed. True siya, employed siya. Ang profession niya ay comedian. Ganon. There you go. So right now I have a variable called Mr. Bean. Okay. So this variable is a class person. Pwede mong i-type, i-check yung type niya. Ang class niya is person. Okay. What can we do with this person? So let's say I want to ask this person, what's your name? So Mr. Bean, what's your name? Pag ginawa mo siya, ang gawin mo lang is call the variable, type dot, and put in the name of the person or of the the attribute name. Yan, Mr. Bean. How old are you, Mr. Bean? Sige, try natin. Um, Mr. Bean dot age. He's 56 years old. And are you employed? Mr. Bean dot employed. Okay, employed daw siya. So, anong work mo? Profession. Oops, sorry. There. So, he's a comedian. So, that's how a class works. So, we are creating an object essentially. Tapos, we are defining the properties or attributes of this object. Okay. In our case, we are creating a class person, and we're giving it a couple of attributes. One is name, tapos two is age and employed and profession. Uh, Okay, good. So sa ibang language, this is similar with object-oriented programming. So, yon, object kasi siya. Okay? So yan, napaka-basic ng ating person. So let's try to make this person more useful for us. Para medyo pangit pakinggan. Pero yung class na pinapakinggan, yung tinutukoy ko, hindi yung actual person. Okay. So let's say this person can also introduce himself. Kagaya ng ginagawa natin dito, introduce. Gagamit natin yung function na yun. Okay? Copy ko na lang para masaya. Yan. Kakopy natin siya. Again, indentation is important kahit may class. So again, name. Sa introduce, since we already have these variables or these attributes, we don't have to supply it with parameters. Okay? So anong gagawin natin para ma-supply natin itong mga values na to? Ang gagawin natin is i-access natin yung existing attributes ng class natin. So here, we have print, hi, my name is name. Paano mo ma-access yung name dito? So we need to use the self keyword. Yung self keyword na yan tells us that um, we are pertaining to the value, to the actual object or yung instant, yung instance ng object na to. So more on that later ha, para mas malinaw. Pero I have to put self here para itong function na to or method na to um, is also pertaining to the instance of this object. So, demo natin siya mamaya para mas malinaw. Yan. So, nilalagyan ko lang yung mga variables dito ng self para ma-refer niya yung sarili niya. Okay? There. So, run ko siya and I'll run this again. Mr. Bean. Okay, so instead of us printing every single attribute of this class, I can simply ask Mr. Bean to introduce yourself. Yan. Oops, may error ako. Same error kanina. Nag-concatenate kasi tayo ng string tsaka number. How do we go about that? May papakita ko sa yung simple trick para mapasok natin yung integer sa loob ng isang string. Okay? Itanggalin natin to. Tapos, i-compress natin to sa iisang text lang. And use curly brackets. Okay? So, I am, itong curly brackets, years old. Okay? Then, at the start of your double quotes, add F. So what we're doing here is we're using string formatting para yung value ng age mapasa natin sa loob ng string. This way, we are not actually concatenating string and integer. Instead, we are just filling this gap with a value. Okay? So there. So let's run this again. Rerun this. And introduce ulit si Mr. Bean. Hi, my name is Mr. Bean. I am 56 years old. I have a job. I am a comedian. There. So that's how we do it. Um, we can also make another instance of a person. Let's say, si, ano ba ba? Ako na lang din. Josh. So person. Again, name ko is Josh. Age ko is 26. Employed, kunwari, hindi. False. Ay, sorry. Yan. So there. So if I click or if I try to introduce myself, what's gonna happen is um, I don't have a job. So since employed false ako, I don't have to supply profession here kasi optional lang naman yan. May default tong value which is none. Ayan. Then I just put in employed false para I don't have to, if you look at the function kasi, kapag naka-true siya dito, Tsaka niya ipiprint yung profession niya. But if you're not employed, then you just say, I don't have a job. Okay? So that's just some basics of a class. There's a lot more things that we can talk about classes. But for now, it's enough for our activity later on. Okay. Medyo mahaba-haba yung ating discussion on the fundamentals, pero I hope you learned something. Any questions before I continue with developing our bato-bato-pick program, yung highlight ng event natin today? Okay, questions? Questions? Goods naman ba? Again, for latecomers, don't worry, it's recorded. I'll be sharing on Facebook, it's already there. Um, pero I'll be uploading this to YouTube as well. Okay, sige. Let's now develop our tawag dito, bato-bato pick program. So gagawa ako ng Python file ha. Pero magte-test din tayo rito para ah, makapag-unit test din tayo kahit paano. Ay, shucks. Yeah. Okay. Yung bato-bato pick program, simple lang naman yun, di ba? So, bato-bato pick, may kalaro ka doon. At ang rules lang natin is sa bawat run or sa bawat round, magbibigay kayo ng um, sign nyo, either gunting, papel, or bato, di ba? Kapag parehas kayo ng binato or parehas kayo ng kamay, ibig sabihin yun, tabla, walang points. Kapag gunting ka, tapos bato ako, talo ka. Kapag gunting ka, pero papel ako, talo ako. Okay? So, alam niyo naman yung rules dun. So, bato-bato pick or rock, paper, scissors. Okay? So, paano natin siya ipaprogram? Ari ko. Sakit. Ang likod ko. Ayan. So, first is, gawa tayo ng comment ha para mayroon tayong design ng kahit papaano. Ay, sorry. Ginawa ko. So, first is, we need to define two players. Yung players na to is ikaw, you, and the robot or bot. Okay? Now, each player will have a name. So, of course, your name, tsaka yung bot, di ba? Tapos, ang mangyayari lang dito is, maglalaro tayo for 10 rounds. We will play for 10 rounds. Okay? Tapos, scores are recorded. Di ba? Tapos, yun lang. Simple. Then afterwards, um, print or print the winner. Okay, simple lang siya, di ba? So define two players, you and the robot. Then each player will have a name. Then we will play for 10 rounds. Scores are recorded, tapos ipiprint natin winner. Ready na kayo? So sana hindi ako magkalat, di ba? Okay, sige. Before we start, I will be calling ay kagi from random import random randint. Yan. I will be calling or importing randint function from the random module. So yung randint function will help us with the automated or parang randomized selection of rock, paper, scissors. So here, just an illustration, print randint 1 and 3 for I in range 10. Yan. Kapag niran ko to, this is bato, bato, yan. So if I, sige, anuin ko na lang siya, tanggalin ko na lang to. Uh, so if I run this program, so Python, bato-bato-pick, ay shucks, wala pala ako dun. Yan, so Python, bato-bato-pick game, yan. So nagra-randomize siya ng integers. So that's what I want para makapagpili tayo ng randomized na throws, either bato, papel, or gunting. Okay? So, yan. Muna, basta yun lang. Ito lang yung module na gagamitin natin. Okay, so let's first talk about etong player. How do we go about designing a player? So what we can do here is to apply what we've learned from classes. We can create a class, okay, class called player. Tapos, etong player na to is tatanggap lang siya ng konting parameters lang. Actually, isa lang. Name lang. Yan. Self.name is equal to name. Yan. Um, so every time that we are calling player, this code will initialize. So ibig sabihin, kapag nagpasa tayo ng pangalan, magkakaroon na siya ng pangalan. And also, I would like this class to initialize with a score of 0. Okay? Ayan. So, there. So, ayan na siya. So, meron tayong player na object or class. Meron na rin siya, pwede na siya bigyan ng pangalan. Okay? Then we will play for 10 rounds. So, now how do we play the game? So, this player can select a hand. Okay? So, mag-define din tayo ng def select hand or throw hand na lang. O, ibig sabihin, gaganon ka. Okay? Self din, tapos option. Ngayon, itong option na to, it has to be either bato, um, papel, or gunting. Tatlo lang yon. Okay? Ngayon, meron tayong better way to do that para masaya. So, option, um, mm, if option dot lower. Okay, so ang ginagawa ko dito is option is a string, right? Ginagawa ko siyang lowercase, tapos kinukuha ko lang yung first letter niya. Gets? And afterwards, not in. Itong, what do you call this? Itong operator na to, not in, ibig sabihin, itong value ba na kinukuha natin dito is nandito. So that's gonna be bato for B, gunting for G, and papel for P. Then magsasabi tayo na you have print, you have entered an incorrect um, option. Ganyan. Please choose um, bato, gunting, or papel. Di ba ang haba na niya? Correct option. Yan. There. Kaya ako ginanyan siya para mabigyan ng info si user that I can just simply type in B or G or P. Pwedeng small or lower character or small or uppercase. Okay? Sa niya. Sige. Para mas masaya, i-demo natin siya. Punta ako dito sa Jupyter. Jupyter. Planeta. Ayan. Tanggalin ko to. There. Ayan. I-define ko tong function. So, throw hand function. Kunwari, magbibigay ako ng bato. Um, wala nangyari. Sige. Gawa tayo ng else. print tayo ay you have chosen um, option. Yan. Ang ibibigay ko is bato and you have chosen bato. Okay? So that's nice. Sige, i-print natin to para makita natin kung anong output nitong isang to. Again, ang in-expect natin is the lowercase of the first character of this option, which is B. So magiging small letter B dapat yan. There you go. Small letter B siya. Okay? So there. Now, throw hand is yan. Meron nga tayong option and ito ginawa ko siya para magkaroon tayo ng control. Just to tell the user that the user did not enter anything. That the input of the user is not correct. Okay? Else, um, i-return natin si ito. Yan. Okay? So, I know na medyo magulo pa siya yung design, pero later on lilinawin natin to. Don't worry, guys. I think this should be fine for our class. So what's gonna happen kapag nag-crash itong, for example, nagkamali na ako ng pinato, 'di ba? Or nagkamali ako ng option na binigay. So what will happen? So ita-terminate natin yung game para mas madali. Okay? So for now, that's gonna be enough. Okay. I think our class is already done. So let's now try to simulate yung 10 rounds natin of the game. Okay? Um, paano natin siya gagawin? Hmm, sorry. Ilalagay ko tong options na to as a separate na variable kasi gagamitin ko siya mamaya. Okay? So every time that I'm talking about or referring to options, these are just the values. Okay? So gagawa ako ng isa pang function. So now, this function is aside or separate from the class. So hindi siya under ng class ha. Um, so def decision. Player hand tapos bot hand. So this decision function will be giving us the decision or the result of the game. Okay? So kapag si player hand nagbigay ng ganitong option or ng ganitong hand at si bot ay ganito, anong magiging decision nun? So again, our rule is kapag bato ang binigay mo, parang medyo awkward siya, sorry. Pag bato yung option mo, tapos gunting si player, yung kalaban mo, panalo ka. Kapag gunting si player or kalaban mo, pero papel yung binigay mo, talo ka. Okay? So simple game na naman siya. Okay? Okay. If player hand is equal to bot hand, then it's gonna be return. Ibig sabihin yan ay -1. Or hindi, gawin natin intuitive siya. So, tie. Okay? So, pag pareha sila, ibig sabihin, then tie sila. Okay? Now, ito medyo tricky dito kasi medyo marami tayong rules. Tatlo yan. So, gagawa natin ng scenario yung bawat instance na yan. Okay? So, if player hand is equal to G, sorry, so gunting. I-define muna natin yung mga winning scenarios. Okay? And bot hand is equal to gunting ka, papel, 'di ba? So talo dapat si bot dito. Okay? Then, sorry, return, win. Okay? So ulit. So kapag si player, ang binato niya is G. Again, G is for gunting. And bot hand is P for papel. So talo si papel, di ba? So panalo si player, kaya win. Pero hindi lang ito yung instances na pwede tayong manalo, di ba? Pwede tayong magpapel tapos bato si bot. Ang gagawin natin dyan is gagawa tayo ng or mag-a-add tayo ng or dito. So, in-enclose ko siya sa parentheses para makapag-add tayo ng or. Okay, so or, um, sige, ganyan na muna. Tapos, isa pang rule, ganyan. Pwede ko ba itong i-enter para, I think, bawal. So, gamit tayo ng backslash para maka-proceed tayo sa next line. Okay? So, kunwari, papel naman si player, tapos, bato si robot or si bot. So, talo si robot, di ba? Ano pa ba? Kunwari naman si player ay bato, si bot naman ay gunting. So, talo pa rin si bot. Okay? So, these are the instances na pwedeng manalo si player. So, this is not that clean. Medyo ugly siya, pero for now, I just want you guys to focus on how logic works here. Okay? So, I am using parentheses para ma-separate natin yung rules. So again, dapat mag-meet itong criteria na to para maging true siya or para manalo si player. Or, itong entire criteria na to dapat ma-meet natin or this criteria. Okay? That's why meron tayong parentheses here. Medyo usi lang ako. Ayan. So ito yung mga instances or parang winning combinations natin, kung baga. Okay, there. So I think ito na siya. Kasi if you think about it, um, ano man yung mga hindi mag-meet dito, ibig sabihin talo ka. Tama. So, gagawin na natin is kapag nag-else tayo rito, or the default would be return lose. Ibig sabihin talo ka. So, kunwari, ang wala dito sa scenario is P, si bot, pero si player naman is good is B or bato. So, talo ka talaga. Okay? So, try natin kung tama itong pagkakabilang natin, ha? But for now, we have defined our decision function. And this function will give us the decision of the round. Okay? So, nakakasunod pa ba? Don't you worry, guys. We'll be having a recap of what we've written so far. Okay, so may class player na tayo. Goods na. May decision na tayo. Goods na rin. So, yan. I-ano ko lang to ha. I-hide ko lang muna. So, we can now play the game. Okay? Mm, okay, sige. So, to play the game, let's create a function or parang an if statement. So if may mga nakikita kayong mga ganito, if name is equal to main, this simply means that you want to run this program. This will only run kapag nandun ka sa mismong file or kapag ito yung mismong file na ni-run mo. Kapag in-import mo tong file na to sa ibang scripts, hindi siya mag-run. Okay? So that's just the point here of this line. So if you guys have been working with other programming languages, this is our main um, namespace. Ganun. Okay, so maglalaro na tayo. So first is we will create two instances of our class player. One is the player itself, or protagonist. Ayan. Or bida. So, since tayo yung bida sa laro na to, ganun. So, player natin is gonna be, um, okay. Kailangan pa nating i-input yung player, um, pangalan. So, gagamit ako dito ng isa pang module. Sorry. So, from sys import argv. So this will help us capture the parameters from um, when we are running the Python file. Okay, mamaya yan. Pero for now, I'll be putting it this here. Okay, the bago yan is, charot lang, hindi pala natin kailangan yan. Ay, SQL. Joke lang pala, joke lang. Hindi pala natin kailangan yan. Sige, player name. Pakita ko lang kung bakit siya di natin kailangan. Gagamit tayong input function. So si input function will tell us that we can input our name. Please enter your name. Ayan na. Sige, gawa din tayo ng parang welcome remarks. So print. Welcome to bato, bato, pick. Tournament. Yan. So please enter your name. Yan. So pag nag-enter tayo ng name, magpiprint siya na welcome player name. Okay. Tapos, sige, import tayo ng isa para magmukha siyang totoong laro. So, from time, import, sleep. So, magpo-pause siya ng 3 seconds lang. Yan. So, after mag-welcome, magpo-pause muna siya bago tayo mag-start ng round. Okay? Sige, try natin to. Run muna natin siya. Let's see what's gonna happen. Ay, sorry. Yan. So, CLS. Um, so, let's try running the game. So, Python. Kasi ang haba naman ito. Bato-bato-pick game. Run. Yan. Welcome to bato-bato-pick tournament. Ah, lakas. Please enter your name. So, Jaguar 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ayan. So, welcome Jaguar 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So, nag-wait na siya. Tapos na siya. Ayan. Okay? Okay, print. Game has ended. Okay, sige. Let's now code yung part na maglalaro yung player tsaka si bot. Okay? So, let's define players. So, we have the player or si bida. Player, ang pangalan niya is the player name. Si bot or kontrabida, sige. Si player pa din siya, pero ang pangalan niya is bot. Master bot, ganyan. Para nakakatakot. Okay? Um, okay, sige. Now, 10 rounds, okay? For I in range 10 rounds. Yan. So, si bida, so again, mag-i-input ulit tayo. So, option, or let's say, and to throw. Input ulit dyan kasi tatanungin ka niyan. So, Tagalogin ko na kaya. Wag na lang. What will you pick? Piliin natin si... Yan. Ulit na lang, sige. Yan. So please choose a bato, gunting, or papel. So our option here can be just the entire word or just a single letter of the initial letter, regardless kung upper or lowercase siya. Okay? Yan. Hand to throw. Um, okay, sige. So that's for the player, di ba? Or player hand na lang para mas malinaw. Tapos, bot hand. Si robot hand, since bot siya, ang gagawin nito is mag-randomize siya ng number. That's why we imported yung randint function. So si randint function 0 and 2 kasi ang pagpipiliin lang natin is ito, 'di ba? 0, 1 and 2. Ganun lang siya. 0, 2. Yan. Now, I'll use this as an index. Yan. There you go. So kung ano man lumabas sa randint na to, ipapasa niya dun sa as an index kay options at kukuhanin niya yung value dito. So if the bot or the randomizer selected number 2, that's gonna be 0, 1, and 2. So P yung kukunin niya. Okay? P for papel. And if it's 1, G for gunting, and B for bato. Okay? There you go. Um, actually, hindi na pala natin kailangan itong ano, itong throwhan. Oo nga, no? Anyway, sige. Hindi na pala natin kailangan yung pinagka... ah, anyway, okay, sige. So, player hand. Dito tayo mag-decide, di ba? So, meron na tayong option for bot, for player. Now, we make the decision kung sinong panalo. So, decision, um, status na lang. Sige, status, decision. Um, player hand, bot hand. Yan. So, ito pwede siyang um, tie, win, or lose. Okay? So, kapag yan. Okay? So, if status natin is win, ang ibig sabihin yan, panalo tayo. So, ang gagawin natin is si player, si bida, dot score, mag-add tayo dyan ng 1. Okay? If, oh sorry, elif, or else if status is equal to lose, talo tayo, ang mangyayari dyan is si kontrabida dot score, mag-add siya ng 1. Okay? Otherwise, wala tayong gagawin. So, pwedeng skip na natin yan. Huwag nating i-code. Okay, so gagawin natin siya for 10 rounds. Okay? Pero before doing that, of course, kailangan nating i-print yung results. So, para alam natin kung tumatama ba yung program natin. So, print player um, player selected um, para mas malinaw ha. Gagawa ulit tayo ng options dict. O, di ba? Dami ko pinagagagawa. Okay, so, don't worry guys, I'll be showing you how or what's happening behind the scenes naman. So B for bato, G for gunting. So this is now a dictionary. And P for papel. Okay. Now, sige, anin ko na lang muna to para so ayan. So meron tayong status tapos player hand tayo. I-reassign ko lang siya to options dict player hand. Tapos kay bot naman tayo para mabuo lang natin yung ano. Um, diba pinahirapan ko pa sarili ko. Dapat pala binuo ko na lang talaga siya. 1, 2. Okay, sige. Goods. So print. You have selected player hand. Print. Bot has selected bot hand. Yan. para malaman natin kung tama ba siya. Kung sleep, taas natin siya. Yan. Then, kapag panalo tayo, another print ulit. So, print, you won. Yan. Then, you lose. Yan. That's pretty much it, I think. So, let's go run through ulit na. So, we have a class player. So again, this stores the name of the player and our scores, di ba? Actually, yung throw hand natin, di natin to kailangan. Um, Iko-comment out ko na lang siya. Kasi, di ba ang ginawa natin is throw hand is naka-base na lang tayo dun sa input natin. So later on, basta for now, di natin kailangan siya. Okay? So basically, we only have a player with name and score attributes. All right? We also have a function that tells us if we won or lose or have or had a tie on that particular round. So win, lose, tie. I think decision criteria natin for the winning side. Okay, there. So function siya. Then now this is the actual game. So we just print some things and we took or we asked for the player to enter the name. Tapos ilalagay natin yung player na yon dun sa bida or the player class, which is gonna be for our own class. And we have our another class for Contrabida for the bot. Okay, the master bot. So, eto, mamimili tayong input. So, either bato, gunting, or papel lang tayo. Tapos, the bot hand would be a random option from 0 to 2, 0, 1, 2. Ang lalabas lang doon is either ganito or ganyan. Alright? We will take the status of the decision, either panalo tayo or talo or tie. Tapos, ibubuuin natin yung player hand tsaka bot hand name. Kaya tayo gumawa ng options dictionary para kapag pinasa ko tong keys na to, makukuha ko yung bato. Okay? So for example, ang pinili ko is G, ito yung makukuha ko, gunting. Okay? And pagkabuo niyan, ipiprint natin yung um, tawag dito, yung sinelect natin. Pagkapili yung sinelect natin is we will print out the results. Okay? Since nag-accumulate tong scores natin, after ng ating um, ng 10 rounds, ipiprint natin yung final results. Okay? If bida.score is greater than contra bida.score, then print you won the tournament. You defeated, ay sorry, anong spelling ng defeated? Sorry. Yan, defeated Master Bot. Congratulations. Congratulations. Okay? Magpanalo ka. If greater yung score mo. Elif bida.score less than contra bida.score, then talo ka syempre. You lost or you lost the tournament. Master Bot defeated you. Yan. Otherwise, tayo to, di ba? Print, no one won the game, the tournament. There. Ayan. The game has ended. I think this should be good. Sige, let's run this. And para mas masaya, lakihan ko na lang siya dito. Paano nga pala ito ginagawa kasi? Ito na pala. Okay, sige. So, Python. Dito na nga lang. Sige. So, Python, bato-bato-pick game. Okay? So, i-run natin yung game. Ito yung first round na, or first time na i-run natin siya na kumpleto na yung script natin. Okay? Enter your name, giraffe 788. So, please choose bato, gunting, or papel. So, papel tayo muna. So, papel. O, diba talo? Nag-error siya. Key error papel. Gets. Ay, nako. Sorry. Okay, may error tayo kasi binabasa nito yung papel. Eh, di gawin natin siyang lower. Yan. Dot lower. There. Try ulit natin. So, copy barrel. Yung pangalan natin. Bara 8900 something. Welcome, capybara, something, something. So, please choose. So, bato, gunting, or papel. So, papel ulit. Okay, so, you have selected papel, bot selected gunting. So, talo tayo. Tama, no? Agree naman? Okay, goods. Second round, gunting. Ay, lakas naman nito. Gunting. So, talo tayo. So, bato. Okay, goods. Sige. Gunting ulit tayo. Yan. You have selected gunting. O bakit ako talo? Bot has selected gunting. So, dapat tayo ito. Okay. So, nagkamali na siya. So, gunting-gunting kami pero talo ako. So, dapat tie lang. Sige, balikan natin to. If status is equal to lose, um, if decision. Kasi wala tayong ano. Mm, So, decision natin kasi is, ito yung decision, di ba? So, kapag same sila, tie. So, print, hindi nalagay na nga natin. Dapat wala yun eh. Else, status is equal to tie. Yan. Ah, tama naman dapat to. Else, status, tie. Nangyayari dito. So, print, um, tawag dito. No one wins. It's a tie. Bakit mali ba? Yeah, weird. Elif. Ay, shucks. Kaya pala. Sorry, sorry. Else na nga pala kasi. Dapat wala nang ganun. Hmm, okay, okay. So, status lose. So, ang decision natin dapat ay return lose, win, tie. So, lagyan din na natin space dito. Meron dito siguro. Yan. So, sana, okay, okay na siya. Oops. Ay, sorry. Okay, so, next. Okay, next ulit. So, point, point. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yan. Okay, papel. So again, I'll show you na pwede siya sa uppercase na initial letter lang. Okay, talo tayo. Goods. Gunting. You have selected gunting. O, talo tayo. Bakit tayo talo? What has selected papel? You have selected gunting. Ay, mali itong program natin. Yung decision natin nagkakamali. Kasi, mm, kasi wala na akong ano rito. So, player hand. Oh, mm. Kasi nagkakaroon tayo ng error or nagkakaroon tayo ng mga mismatches dahil yung player hand natin, pinapasa natin yung mismong value na pinapasa natin, which is what we don't want. Ang gusto natin is yung, um, tawag dito, yung initial lang. Yan. Dapat tama na yan. There, initial lang dapat siya. Ah, player hand. Okay, so mukhang tama naman dapat to. Hmm, sige. Last round. Kapag di pa rin, tigil na natin. Ayan. So, Joshi na lang. Nahirapan naman yung pangalan. So, papel. Okay, talo ako. Goods, tama naman. Kunting. Okay, tay. Goods. Tama na siya. Bato. Uy, panalo tayo. One. So, may 1 point na tayo. Sige. Ang points, sige mamaya, bilangin natin yung points. Um, papel. Panalo ulit tayo. Bato. Talo. Gunting. Tay. Gunting ulit tayo. Talo. Papel. It's a tie. Okay, tama naman. Gunting. You won. Bato. Oy, panalo tayo. Oh my gosh. So you won the tournament. You defeated the master bot. So panalo nga ba talaga tayo? Bilangin natin ha. So, di ba ang gulo pala nito? Um, ito, 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 lang. Pero kasi marami tayong tie. Sige, let's play another game pero modify natin yung code para ma-print natin yung scores. Okay? Um, so, print. Your final score is, so, bida dot score. Master bots final score is, tapos kontrabida naman yan dapat. And lastly, gawin natin tong 5 rounds lang. Okay, let's play the game. So, there. So, Joshi ulit. Swerte yung pangalan ko pala. Talo ka. Hindi, mali pala yung coding niya. Sorry, joke lang. Papel. Bato, panalo tayo. Papel ulit. Okay, panalo ulit tayo. Papel. Talo na tayo. Gunting. Last one. Papel. Okay, so your final score is 2. MasterBot's final score is 1. So natatrack na natin yung scores. And tama na rin yung findings natin. So you won the tournament. You defeated MasterBot. So congratulations. So there. That's our bato-bato-pick game, console game in Python. So, ayan. How was it pa guys? Nandiyan pa ba kayo? Nabawasan na kayo ah. Kumusta, kumusta? Yeah, so we've applied yung na-discuss naman natin kanina mostly, especially the conditions, the operators and the class, 'di ba? So, ayan. So, kumusta ba kayo? Nakasunod naman ba kayo? You don't have to worry because this is recorded. It's FB Live naman, so definitely makikita niyo siya sa Facebook. And I'll also be sharing this on YouTube. So may mga katanungan pa kayo? Sige. Wala kasi ako secondary screen eh. Um, Tutorial ako ng Java OOP. Sorry, di ako marunong mag-Java. So wala. What else? What else? Um, Wala naman nagtanong. Gawin ko din. Oh, sige, sige. Goods, goods. Gawin niyo siya. So, you guys can create this game. So, nakita niyo naman kanina ko medyo na-struggle ako sa pag-develop ng game kasi what's important here is for you to design first the logic of your program. Um, Start kayo sa basic requirements lang. Kagaya ng ginawa ko kanina. So, parang ganyan. Pero you really have to be specific. And of course, don't hesitate to run your program and try it again and validate para syempre, makikita niyo yung bug. Kapag nakita niyo kasi yung bug, yun yung maganda. Para masolve mo siya, di ba? Sir, pwede rin po ba pa-share cheat sheet dito? Anong cheat sheet? Yung sa Jupyter Notebook or ito? Pero itong code pala, i-share ko sa inyo ito. So, i-upload ko sa GitHub. May GitHub naman ako dito eh. Mga katanungan, goods na ba kayo? Masaya na ba kayo sa buhay niyo? This is just the basics of Python. This is gonna be really helpful for people who are pursuing development track in Python, like software development, web development, especially yung mga backend development in Python. Um, for data engineers, you might be doing the same thing naman na parang you'll be defining your own class pero not all the time I would say kasi ako in my experience I'm only using relevant packages for me to scrape data from online sources tapos ayun for data scientists you might be doing some sort of things din naman pero not entirely about developing um, an entire class. Siguro you'll be working with too much or with too many packages like sklearn for machine learning, matplotlib for data visualization, tsaka mga ibang mga packages pa. But I'm actually pertaining parang I did talk about the class kasi you guys will really use classes kapag nagpunta na kayo sa mga ganung role. And it's really helpful to better understand the packages then. Kasi yung mga packages na yun, sklearn, they consist of their own classes. For example, kay Pandas, meron tayong tinatawag na class data frame. So how can you access the column? So that's the class series. How about the index, the class index? Ano yung mga method na meron kayo doon sa mga class na yon? So mga ganon. If you're familiar with how to handle the classes, that's gonna be an advantage naman na for you to better learn these things. But of course, that's just the basics na tinuro ko. So, yun, yung mga dot din sa mga sa Python. Ito, dot. Try to do that or try to click or press the period or dot symbol. May mga lalabas yung mga values or kung ano man. Okay, any other questions? Yung fundamentals. Maghanap ako ng cheat sheet ha. So if you guys have time tomorrow, weekend naman, so gawa kayo ng ganitong bato-bato-pick program. Pagandahin niyo tong code ko. Magulo siya, I know. Yeah. So yeah, feel free to work on the same project as well and upload it to GitHub para somehow you can try to practice how to use GitHub then. Okay, other questions pa? Mas mahirap pala mag-facilitate kapag sa FB Live kasi wala ring responses masyado. Kumusta naman ba yung session? May mga natutunan naman ba kayo? You're welcome, Maricar. May mga natutunan naman ba kayo? Sana meron, hopefully. All right. Um, yeah, I think that's just all. Oh my gosh, salamat sa inyo guys for staying with me. It's already 12 midnight and you are still here. Yeah, next tutorial ko would be I'm looking at ETL development. Um, yung survey na sinend ko last time, yung results doon would be um, yung parang topics na i-cover ko. So since we're done with SQL, we're done with Python, I'm gonna be talking about ETL then next time. So I'm looking at parang API, kaso lang, either API or parang web scraping. Pero we'll see kapag pinalad tayo sa oras. Then afterwards, after those data scraping techniques or learnings, I'll be talking about ETL then with Python. Baka mag-round 2 ako ng ETL with SSIS naman. Pero we'll see, we'll see. Okay, salamat, salamat. And yeah, I think that's a wrap. Yeah, I'll be sharing these things that I've done. Uh, kind of. So salamat sa pagdalo and I hope that you guys would have a good weekend. Bye-bye, bye-bye. Bye-bye. So, saan na po kayo? Bye-bye, bye-bye, bye-bye.